I fixed the spacing. Not that it was bad before, but because the I is narrower, I used it to space the words instead. I don't have the people for it yet. Weapons is the only one I haven't built yet. I have the money to do it now. Damn fucking headphone cable. I thought I had you. Motherfucker. I do some business. I will. I've also not gotten more people in a little bit. I've done some exploring and expanding in the meticulous way that I do, because there's lots of little things that are very easy to miss if I don't. I'm saving my antiseptic. I ran out. The game will crash if you're actually looking at it when it does its thing. I learned that very early on after I got it. It's something easy enough to avoid. This is all weird cravings foods that I've been able to make and I'm storing for, because I think I actually have them enabled for my character, though it didn't come up with the one that she's actually gone through so far. Might want to double check that, but yeah, that's fine. It's more just a novelty thing for me, anyway. But yeah, don't quite have the money. I have caravans set up for 2 out of the 3 places I've got now. Okay, you haven't stored more shit. Because they were... I haven't cleaned that out yet, as it says. I'm working on my north-south lines, and I've caught that, and not quite that yet. Right. Check on you and see if you have junk accumulated in your bench. Just because I know that happens over time. The only resident doesn't actually stay. I have left the trees, so how the fuck did you end up there? I've left the trees. I leave those only because there is an invisible physical obstruction underneath them that I couldn't select and disable. I did try with it right in front of me, so... And even if you do scrap all, it's still there. It's not something you can deconstruct, so I just leave those because now there's at least a visual to go along with the physical obstruction. But yeah, I've left the trees, so I can do the thing with those as well. Eventually. Cleaning this place without scrap all was a fucking pain in the ass. Because there's all these little tiny fucking machine parts in the projector. And then that's actually a spawn, and then there's... I do not like floating grass, so I do fix that. Oh. You got bigger. Did you actually just age up? No, you're still a pup. You look bigger, but maybe it's just... They don't actually count as people, but they're both technically children, but that one is counting as caravan. But I sent them here in case they lose their passive state when they age up, so that they're not around others. It still does the job of giving me access to the materials in Sanctuary. But yeah. Cleaning this one by hand, especially, like I said, all the little fucking machine parts, because there's dozens and dozens of them. It's done. And the trees are intact. I would like, I don't know that it would be reasonable to have happen, but I would like it if there were a scrap all that excluded plants. Because that's the only thing I leave. Yeah. That's... No. I'm not doing any of those. That's not what I wanted. What I want is for more people to show up there, because I have more jobs for them. You know what? Actually, they'll be open for business now, but since I'm here anyway.
I got a store to run here. You gonna buy?
Let's see what you have.
It's all worth it.
Could grab more junk. Don't need to. Probably. I don't have any fancy building projects that require rare materials yet.
Yeah,
Carla,
back again? Time to do business?
let's see what you have.
Yeah, keep your shirt on.
Well, it would be against site policy if I didn't. Well, if I didn't have her keep her shirt on. So. Oh. One of you sometimes has enough. For one of those.
My back hurts, my feet hurt, everything hurts.
Uh-huh.
Hey,
You want to do some trading?
I've got a few minutes to browse.
Let me know what you'd like.
Sure. Just because it adds up.
Yeah?
Hi.
Step right up. All the clothing fit to wear.
Uh-huh.
Sure. Let's take a look.
Let me know what you'd like.
You can actually take that without me having to exchange stuff.
The farm's not much, but it's something.
Hi.
I'm sure I've got something you need.
Let's see what you've got.
Here's what I've got.
I've finally worked my way through all of those. Good deal. Stupid itchy eye. You. There's that. I haven't changed anything. I don't know why you went up and now are coming back down. Fickle fuckers. Yeah. I've got those built. You are turned on. You just haven't gotten any respondents in a while.
Yes?
Meh. Um, I have. Okay. Right. Want to suggest one item and isn't really faster to use the toolbox. Right. Stubborn fuckers. Ill-behaved, itchy eyes. I've got all those. Now that's just waiting.
Need to get back to Diamond City.
Oh, your bodies are still here. There's you. Are any of you big enough? Two little maples and yeah, that's a maple-sized base. You. No. I want to streamline the cluster into one bigger tree, but no. I keep forgetting I haven't actually gone in there. Awkward in between size of trees. But yeah, no. None of these say elm. And that none of them are big enough to justify elm. So, and because I keep forgetting, oh, so I have with this character fewer of the inappropriate, well, unsafe for streaming and whatnot mods enabled. Not none, but fewer. And their triggers are set to be, well, in the sense of surrendering if you get hit at all, not so much surrendering when you're actually low enough in health where a solid hit you may not survive. That makes sense. Surrendering if you're crippled. That makes sense. What happens when she surrenders is not safe. But it's also, unless I'm... Oh, that's not... Burnt books are trash. They're just trash. No monetary value. Those circumstances weren't being met. Unless I happened to be dealing with something large enough to cripple, because crippling was a yes, if crippled, then surrender. But it kept not, the circumstances kept not happening. I kept, even not leveling, or even not healing, I would level before I would take enough damage for it to actually get to that point. So it kept not coming up. So what I did was I upped the threshold when I upped the difficulty. I did both. So instead of being 25%, it's now at 35%, basically, if she, because things will hit harder and want to accommodate the, if you get hit again by something strong enough, that's going to be a problem. And up the difficulty, and it's still, unless I'm being somewhat reckless, or it's something big, or I happen to have, leveling is now taking long enough, and I have enough health, but I've actually had an incident because I happened to be at like half health when I encountered them. But it's still not happening very often. Just I hate that you will jump instead of critting. Oh, irradiated blood. I had a recipe that calls for that. Recipe for something, I don't even remember what. I don't think it was food. Something wanted irradiated blood. And I hadn't had any. But yeah, no. I have continued to up my difficulty. Just to give that a chance to happen, and still not very often, which is fine. It's just not what I expected. Or I haven't played in a more serious manner with that mod enabled before. I've generally been using it in combination with the character I've designed is intended to. You're kind of floating. Surrender if they get hit at all, rather than in a more legitimate sort of circumstances. No, it's fine. No, that's not what I wanted. you have actually made the trip all the way here. Good job. That's what happens when I click on the spawn. Now you can find on bodies and under very specific circumstances in containers. There are you can find babies and you can stick them in your workbench and they can grow into children and then age into adults beyond the getting knocked up by stuff in the environment. So I have a few, two, I think, in the bench at the moment. I don't think it was one of you. I think it was one of the things in the veterinary bench. I'm not making the health stuff because did I find any weapons? Okay. Yeah, there's this. You can find dying wombs or eggs. I remember there was something that I had all the stuff for except irradiated blood. I don't remember what it was or where. But now I'm kind of curious. You can also craft some, but that's not something I'd want to do. Whatever it is, I don't have the other stuff that goes along with it anymore. It's fine. Oh. Yeah. Another mole rat and mutant hound. And yeah, they will just sit there and then birth. If I had them in my inventory, I could see how much time they've got left until they're ready. it's not the right time of day to do shopping. Alas. Yeah, good for you. I'm sure I can do something about that. I was gonna make trees, but I went and killed mole rats instead. And that's fine. You also get to see some of the actually safe to show parts of the mods. Okay.